Hey guys, Tayte Hanson here. Tayte Hanson. I am outside again. But I caught a fish! Yay!
Hi, I'm Tayte Hanson. Here coming to you from my bathtub, and this is TayteTV.
Alright, hi guys, we're back for the last little video tidbit in this this wonderful fall day, and we're going to talk about proper placement for our squat here. So there's differences in our deadlift and our squat, and we'll talk about a lot of those things, especially when we start getting weight involved. But for now, we're just going to talk particular placement within the squat because everybody is very individual. So I'm going to give you some variables. We're going to talk about some things. So here we go. I hope you can see me. Sorry on the push-up one; it was a little jank. I don't have my tripod here, so that's unfortunate. All right, so here's our position of our body, right? One thing that we have to be aware of is that everybody's knees are different, everybody's ankles are different, everybody's feet are different, everybody's hips are different, everybody's in shape. You know, we're all completely different. So one thing I want you to be aware of is where your body is in space. So where your hips sit, where your shoulders sit, right? So the first thing we want to be aware of is the length of our femur. Obviously, I'm not going to have you go measure it. I'm not going to have you check that. But that's really going to determine how far your legs are apart. Some people can stand hips width apart like a perfect squat, hip width apart, and go all the way down into the ground. It doesn't bother them at all. I am not some people. You are not some people, right? We are very different beings. So one thing I want you to focus on is getting those knees. I have had a leaf stuck to my shorts right here this entire time, and I didn't even notice it. It's what you get for laying on the ground. And so I'm going to have my knees, their trajectory is going to be right over the toes, okay? This is something that's very important no matter what angle you are at, if you're turned out in a really wide prisoner squat or something. So the knees are going to be right over the toes the entire time. The feet are going to be at a comfortable distance apart. It's usually 2 fists apart. Mine are right on the outside of the hip, inside of the shoulder. Thank God my hips are smaller than my shoulder girdle, because that would make me very sad. So when we go down in our squat, the first thing we're thinking about is our butt is actually pulling towards a diagonal and not straight down. So it's like we have 2 balloons on our butt, water balloons, and they're pulling us backward gently as we're sitting down. They're just nice weighted there, right? So our butt are big water balloons, and they're just pulling us down towards the earth. Your feet are planting, making imprints into the ground, and your knees are tracking directly over your toes, right? Your back is going to do some funny things determined on how flexible you are, how inflexible you are, how your mechanics of your hips work. One thing I want you to focus on is that your back is not doing any crazy thing like this. It can stay in a medial place, it can slightly round, it can arch gently. This is, if you're not load bearing, this is completely variable depending on how your body works, right? So let's take just a nice little close-up of this before we get out of this little tutorial. So the feet are going to, my feet are going to be hips distance, toes pointed forward. Some of your toes will splay out, some of your toes will splay in, some of your knees will go like this. We're working on getting to this nice neutral place. If it happens slightly out, that's okay, right? So the knees are going to track right over those toes. When you're looking from straight up and down, this is my eye placement. I want to be able to see my toes. So this is completely inappropriate in terms of your squat. You want to be going straight up and down over those toes. The butt is sitting back, like the water balloons are pulling you nice and down, and you're sitting to your deepest possible point. When you get to the bottom of that squat, once you reach the bottom, the pinnacle of that squat, the very bottom place, your buttocks are going to release. We don't want that. We want to go right before that happens. The entire time within your squat, your ass cheeks should be engaged. This is how you get a pretty booty, okay? Pretty is relative, I suppose. This is how you get a nice, plump, juicy booty, the kind that I like. So I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. And if you have any questions about the squat, please message and let me know. And I hope to hear from you soon. All right, ciao.